Thank you for inviting us over this afternoon. As your mother was reminding me just a few minutes ago, you were only 6 years old when this factory went up. It was the first one in this industrial estate. Obviously, your dear father was then still alive, and I'm sure that the enthusiasm which your mother and your father showed at that time is the same enthusiasm that you are showing and have been showing for a lot of years here in Malta. But more important than that, I think that the Toly story shows that in order to remain relevant, Toly has drastically changed since that time in the 1970s. Today, Toly has production plants, as Andy said, in low-cost countries such as India and in China. But Malta, for Toly, Malta represents the brains of what is now a global operation. It may be coincidence, but in the last few weeks, Malta Enterprise has actually approved two new engineering projects, which both have operations in low-cost countries, but both have chosen Malta as the destination for a higher added value product. Manufacturing in Malta is alive and well. It is merely driven differently than it was a few years ago. The driver, as Andy said, is no longer low wages, low value added and high turnovers, but the use of new technology to produce higher value added that in turn translates to higher wages for employees. The results are there for all to see. In the first 8 months of this year, export increased by over 30 million. Sales by manufacturing sector increased by 6.5 million in the first 6 months of this year compared to the same period last year. The number of registered unemployed is at an all-time low measured in September 2007. Change remains relevant and unavoidable. And knowing this, Toly reinvents itself every time it is faced with a challenge, and in the process creates an opportunity out of that very same challenge. The manufacturing industry that we need in Malta needs to do this every day. Government is committed not only to assist in this transformation process, but also to lead it. Who can deny that the loss of jobs in the textile and traditional manufacturing industry was a blow to our economy and obviously a tragedy to those who were involved. This, however, is a reality, and trying to raise false hope is not the solution. In the next few weeks, we will be announcing new incentives, channeling assistance in vital areas such as R&D, innovation, training, and aid to those entities that decide to invest in their Malta operations. As members of the European Union, we can now use an average of 1.5 million lira per year originating from EU funds in order to provide cash-based assistance to industry. In the last 4 years alone, apart from our record in terms of FDI, we have seen major companies who have set up in Malta for a long time expanding their existing setup. Malta Enterprise approved 137 expansions in the last 3 years, creating no less than 2,600 jobs in manufacturing. In the last 18 months, the Chairman, Dr. Alec Mitzi, and CEO, Chris Falzon of Malta Enterprise, have met individually the top 20 foreign investors in Malta to discuss the business individually. In the same period, Malta Enterprise's relationship managers have met personally the top 36 Maltese and non-Maltese investors. This, we believe, is important because it is through these players that we understand the needs of industry and introduce incentives that are targeted to them. This government is committed to doing even more than it has done to date, because the challenges facing us are great opportunities for a country which is vibrant and adaptable, with a workforce second to none, and with entrepreneurs like Andy and his family who see challenges as opportunities rather than a stress. Andy, thank you very much for your confidence in Malta and for showing us the future as well. Thank you very much.